Today is August 27th. For a moment, I couldn't realize if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, which happens because it's been a while now that I don't work, and then we had a lot of doctor's appointment, but thankfully the appointments have reduced, which is why I think the days are getting a little confusing now. Today I'm wearing my glasses. I don't always wear glasses. I sometimes, actually the majority of the time, wear my contact lenses, but in the morning and in the evening I switch back to glasses. Today I just thought to just keep them on for a little bit. I might remove them during the video I'm making. In some of my videos, I think I have been speaking a little quietly. I have heard some people commenting, so I'll try to raise my voice when I talk. Excuse me. I think I finally need to go to the urgent care. I thought I'll be able to dodge it, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm not really coughing all day or anything, maybe a few times a day, but seems like it's lingering. I was drinking from this cup. Enjoy the little things today. And if you have not noticed, I painted my nails last weekend. After, I don't remember in this whole time, in the last 9 months, 10 months, if I painted it or not at all. So as a woman or man, the things that sometimes, that's the thing, when we are healing from trauma and challenging situations, you gotta do the things that'll give you a little more boost to feel like a normal person. Right? It may sound weird, but it is true. I feel that since about a month ago, around there, I gain myself back in so many ways. I feel I have the courage, I have the strength and the resilience that I used to have, and that will happen, in different experiences in life. You'll feel like when you are going at 100 miles an hour, if you're hit with a high-speed car, not one but multiple. It's a metaphor, of course, thankfully, not that what has happened in reality, but it's more of an emotional hit than physical. But sometimes that takes longer to heal, and that the empathy that you may receive from people around you when you have physical challenges versus emotional is different, right? Because the physical part people see, but emotionally, especially when we have a little scratch, little bumps over and over and over and over, and that it becomes a big wound, and nobody sees it, and on top of that you have bigger ones, nobody sees it. But ultimately it is we ourselves, we have to find the path or keep looking for things that resonate with us, that'll help us to get there. And spirituality is a big part for me. Some of you who have seen the earlier videos, and now you know that I have been learning a lot of different things, even from different religion, because I think there are a lot to learn from different religion. It's the same message everywhere, but ultimately what resonates with you, that's one thing. And second is finding a community. This morning I was listening to this book. I have the paper book also, The Art of Living by Thich Nhat Hanh. One of the best books that I first listened to it back in December of 2023, and it helped me a lot. So here and there I go back and listen to it. Excuse me. I used to be more into audiobooks, and then several months ago I used to go spend some time at Barnes and Noble's, and I didn't realize that that's how, because Barnes and Noble has lots of paper books, of course, and they have this little nice coffee shop area with Starbucks. I have made some videos several months ago when I used to go there pretty regularly, not every day, but a couple times a week. And I got hooked into paper books, so I bought several paper books. I made some videos about that too. So I used to read those paper books. These days I kind of went back to more on the audiobooks again. I think I absorb more from them, but the paper books are good to have, because if when you have to refer something from going from the table of content to that specific page and stuff, it's easier to refer. So I was listening to this book and walking barefoot a little bit on the deck, and I was trying to be mindful, where I was smelling it rained last night, I think, so the dirt outside is still wet, and there was some distinct nice smell of that. Could hear the sound of the cars far away. I have a road out there, you can't really see it because of the trees, but you can hear the sounds, the cars driving by. It's a little bit farther, so you don't really hear it too loud, just a little bit. And I could see the leaves, and as I look outside, there's a window right in front of me, so I see the trees and the leaves swaying a little bit, the blue sky, the sunlight all around. And I taste the tea. Not the tea, coffee, I mean. In the book, there was a part where he was talking about living mindfully and with your community, sometimes having tea and cookies. So that's, I think, the tea stayed in my mind, which is a good thing. So from the book, what I was referring is the community. He talks about the importance of the community. For me, when I went back into the deep spirituality in December, and with Buddhism, which I still am, but probably a little less than I used to be, and then because I did not have the community, the people around me, where I would have physical presence of the people. And the challenge with that is that we give up our practice when we don't have a community, because after some time we give up. And I started creating these videos, of course, which created some consistency. And then I had some friends who are into Christianity, and then they're pretty helpful and nice. So that's which I'm learning Christianity a little more, because there's a little community there. I'll be meeting a friend today for lunch. We used to work together many years ago, like 10, 15 years ago. Yeah, around there, about 12 years ago. We stayed in touch, and recently with a lot of challenges where some of my friends who are being a good support system for me. That friend also is being a good support system. So I'll be meeting that friend, and this is part of enjoy the little things, right? So that's a little thing. I'm grateful that I have these friends. My blood family is in India, but the other day in Alice's class, Alice's new 3rd grade class, I saw the teacher had a posting, had a little write-up where it says that family, friends who become family are called family. And I thought that was so amazing. For me, it's just like that. It's the family. I have a few really good friends, and I'm so grateful for them that they're there. I remember somewhere else I saw, I think it says friends are our chosen family, right? Because we are not born, we don't have ties with friends when we're born. Or if you think of it, when you get married, you get attached to another family, but friends are really people who we don't have any tie with, but we still stay connected because there is this helping each other kind of concept, and you wish that the whole world would be like that, right? What is different in friendship and family? But maybe I know I'm kind of talking random today. Maybe the friendship is where you don't really stay under the same roof, right? When you stay under the same roof, the conflicts can happen with anybody. That's our human nature. Maybe that's the difference. I don't know if I'm talking loud enough, but if you're watching my video and if I'm not loud enough, you might have to increase the volume to hear me. I had to speak loud in many of my recent jobs because I would be the only woman in the room, and a lot of time, even the youngest in my job, so I had to speak firmly and loud enough to be heard. if you are a woman, a leader, you know how things can be taken out of context for women sometimes. And that has happened when you're firm, when you're sounding as good as like another man. It is looked at differently when you're a woman. But that's life. We have seen that in the even in the upper level, right? It's there. So that's the societal issue. So not necessarily any particular organization or anything. It's a societal issue. Someday, hopefully, it gets better. Hopefully, in Alice's lifetime, she's 8 now. Hopefully, when she's 28, working somewhere, it is better. I'll be in 60s 20 years from now. Probably will have a lot of wrinkles. Anyway, I did the gratitude and the law of attraction affirmation in the mirror today too, this morning, and I have to tell you, it does work way better. I saved up some meditation also in the Insight Timer app. Coincidentally, I saw that quite a few of them, I'd say. I saw they talk about doing it in front of the mirror. So when I did it, I actually didn't see them, but yesterday I came across those. It does really, really help. Another channel that I used to follow and I started to listen to it recently is a person named Mary Kate on YouTube. She has really good ideas. There's a little challenge also, though. Her videos are about 10 minutes, plus minus. Some are 8 minutes, some are 12 minutes. But to grasp the idea, you have to kind of focus on the entire video for what she's saying, like how to manifest certain things. But her methods have worked for me in the past, so that's why I went back. I have recommended it to a few of my friends, but not everybody found it resonating. I guess she doesn't have any write-up or anything, but her ideas are really, really good because she has a concept that manifestation technique, the same technique does not work for all. So she has different technique, and some are to write it down and kind of visualize it several times a day, or attach a symbol. The recently one I started doing is like attaching a symbol to that manifestation, and she talks about working with reticular activation system. I think it's called RAS in our brain. So anyway, you can try that, because recently, instead of focusing on the past, I'm really, really focusing more on attracting the future, manifesting the future that I want to, because, and sometimes for healing or anything, it is okay to stay in the past for a little bit, and which I did. And the idea is that when you talk about it so many times, and that's a way of, I read somewhere, that's a way of getting rid of the trauma, is that you talk about it so many times, then it becomes normal. Because if some traumatizing event happens to you and you just put away, you don't talk about it, or just talk about it once or twice, and then it has the potential to trigger you again. But then if you talk it over and over and over, and then it becomes like another thing. And in some way, shape, or form, in my case, I think that's what happened, even though the nitty-gritty of my personal stuff that I was going through, or some of it I'm still going through, I haven't discussed here, but I'm grateful that I have a few good friends and I've talked with them, and that did help a big time. So yeah, you could or can see how that helps, because Wayne Dyer, Joe Dispenza, all of them, those big teachers, they would say energy flows where attention goes. So your attention you want to keep in that. First thing is feeding the good in your mind, because I always talk about the good and the bad, right? So you have to focus on the good and create action, inspired action towards what you want to build, what you want to attract in the future. And if you keep paying less and less attention to the bad, it is going to go down, right? Meaning it is not going to stay in your mind. So that's what I'm trying, and more or less it's working, I would say. So I'm going to continue doing that. And I know that I keep talking about progress a lot in each day. I think I might do that a little differently now, because recently I've been listening to a lot of videos where from different teachers on Insight Timer on YouTube. A lot of criteria about changing ourselves is first actually accepting ourselves as we are. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we would become arrogant, say that, okay, we are perfect. That's not the point. The point is accepting ourselves with all the flaws, all the things that we ourselves are. And part of that could be that somewhere, sometime in the past, it might be something that we hurt ourselves, we hurt others, but the point to move across from that emotion, that guilt or shame or whatever that emotion is, that all of us, we are a different version moment to moment. So if you have done something 3 years ago, you're a different person than you did not know what you know now. What you know now, with that knowledge and experience, you probably wouldn't do what you did 3 years ago. So, okay, my cough is really increasing, so I'm going to go this week. So accepting those parts, and then actually it becomes much easier to improve ourselves, because moment to moment, day after day, we can work on improving ourselves. But what happens is when we have guilt related to those emotions and things like that, it is harder to change, because we are not accepting that version. There's a little emotion attached there that we are not good enough. Imagine how a friend of yours would talk to you, right? That's what they say, talk to yourself that way, like even to those parts of your mind and body that you are only a human being. We all humans make mistakes, and as long as we learn from that mistake and then we don't committing the same mistake over and over, that means we have learned from that situation. So I'm gonna do that. But keeping a tab on the progress is a good thing, because it helps me to live life more consciously, because that's what we want to do. We want to be aware of our actions. I want to teach my daughter Alice also about this thing. She's 8 years old, and her wisdom is great for 8-year-old. So grateful for that. Very mature for her age. I just thought about when I was at that age. Anyway, so yeah, I did some mindfulness, and just a little bit mantra, intention setting, visualization for the day and for the weekend, upcoming weekend. This weekend is going to be a long weekend. I was thinking to take Alice somewhere at the town center, not sure. I think there's some rain prediction there, not sure, so I have to see. But anyway, accept and trust in God. Speak uplifting words. Patience. The intention setting and visualization really does help. Try it out. And again, try different things and see what works for you. It will bring some peace, because our mind is like that when you think ahead about something, we tend to live life a little bit like that. So when we are already thinking ahead that it's going to be good, we're going to do what we can to make it a good experience, it helps, because in the end we can only control ourselves. We cannot control or change anybody else. So to have a more peaceful experience for ourselves, we can do the things that we are able to. People will keep doing what they want to do. And if you believe in Hinduism and Buddhism, there's a thing called karma. And if you believe in Christianity, they have the concept of heaven or hell. People will talk about those as a very different thing, but I don't know. I think in some way they're similar, because if you're believing in karma, that if you do good, good will happen to you. If you do bad, bad will happen to you. It's a similar concept, like hell or heaven. But they also say that a lot of the teachers would say, I think there's a very popular saying, our mind can make the heaven of hell, or hell of heaven, like right here in this earth, right? So when you are happy, when you're feeding the good, you're having that peace, enlightenment, then you're already in heaven just by being on this earth. And the opposite of is hell. And if you're in Christianity, you believe in like the bad is the evil or devil, and those are the hell right on this earth. And anyway, yeah, continue doing what works for you, and remember life's ups and downs. A friend of mine one time said that it's a cycle, right? One day things may seem like the walls are collapsing against us, and the next day might be a nice and beautiful day. And sometimes it won't be day after day, sometimes it could be weeks, but then you have to remember that after the dark night there is always a sunrise, right? So it is a cycle. Just remembering that everything is impermanent, and it's important to keep going, keep moving in our life. It's so important. And when you do that, people around us, people around you also would know. And sometimes you never know, just people around you or somebody who may know your story from them might get inspired. A lot of time we don't know who we are inspiring. I keep reminding that of Alice all the time. My daughter Alice, she's 8-year-old daughter Alice, and I try to remind herself about that from our good action, we don't know how many people we inspire. Sometimes we know, and sometimes we don't know. But if we keep doing good, we can make this world a little bit better place than we have found it, right? Okay, so I'll finish the video. Later in the day, I may try to make 1 or 2 short videos. If not, definitely tomorrow morning again, because this is a consistent thing that I created for myself, and it is helping. So I do want to continue doing that, and feel the gratitude for the blue sky, the sun, the tree, Mother Earth, food that I get to eat, the roof over my head, my daughter Alice, the air that I can breathe, the water, my friends, and the support system, the God, the spirituality, and the strength to keep going. Grateful for all of that. Okay. I hope you have a wonderful day and the week ahead. Bye.